Born in 1965 in Rockaway, Queens, New York, Ben Mallah's childhood was extremely tough. In addition to growing up in a lower-class environment, his family was highly dysfunctional. His father left him when he was only 6 years old. Ben was left to grow up with his mother, who struggled with mental health issues and was physically abusive to her children, especially to Ben. Ben grew up amid beatings, poverty, and crime. During his childhood, Ben resorted to anything within his reach to survive, but eventually understood that there was only one way to escape from that place. At the age of 17, Ben Mallah left home to join the army. The army didn't just toughen Ben up, it also gave him the discipline and direction he needed to forge a new path. Upon leaving the army, Ben quickly got a job as a garbage collector. Little did Ben know that his hard work wasn't going unnoticed.
Hi, man. What's your name?
Ben Mallah. And who the hell are you?
Mark Wilton. I own this building. What do you think if you manage it from now on?
Managing this place? Are you kidding me? I'm not in the humor for jokes.
No tricks. Just need someone who works hard and doesn't expect things to just fall in his lap. What do you say?
I say, you've got yourself a deal.
Now, he had a stake in something bigger, a chance to prove himself in ways he hadn't imagined. Ben poured himself into transforming the building from a neglected shell into a livable home. The rundown building began to take on new life. Within weeks, all the apartments were rented out. Their first building was a huge success. Ben's dedication had turned a risky project into a profitable property. But for Ben, this was just the beginning.
I want to partner up with you.
Is that so? What's your plan?
Give me more buildings and I'll double your profits. In exchange, you pay me real good and teach me the business. Then we take what we make and expand.
I like that. All right, you got yourself a deal.
The company that Mark and Ben led, Marwill Investments, was incredibly successful, changing Ben's life forever. But that wasn't enough for Ben. His ambition was even bigger.
So, this is it, huh? Okay, just try not to drown out there.
Don't worry about me. Keeping my head above water is all I know.
In 1990, Ben formed his own company, Equity Management Partners, Inc. He immediately set to work on what would be his biggest deal to date.
You sure about this, Ben? This place is a nightmare. The last guy who bought this place couldn't get the junkies out. He had to sell it off and lost a ton of money. Sometimes the smart play is simply walking away.
You're right. But this is not one of those times, Paul. I'm done playing it safe. This time, we're all in.
Despite everyone's warnings, Ben bought one of the largest and most dangerous crack houses in Oakland, California. Ben transformed that huge crack house into a very successful property, earning around $3 million in the process. But again, this was just the beginning. Over the next decade, Ben continued to grow his wealth and his company until he was ready to compete with the big fish.
This is simple. You sell it to me, I turn it around, and we both walk away richer.
What is your offer?
I feel generous today. No one will make you a better offer than this.
After buying and turning around his first hotel, Ben gained access to high-end properties. Over the next few years, he bought more hotels and properties, making his company one of the top real estate firms in the US. Despite his workaholism, he even found the time to get married and start a family, a happy one. Everything seemed perfect in his life. However, the real estate investor's worst nightmare was just around the corner. In the 2000s, the real estate market seemed unstoppable, with prices soaring and deals flowing. Everyone wanted in, but beneath the surface, risky loans and overconfident buyers were driving the market. It was only a matter of time before it all collapsed, and in 2008, it finally did.
Sell off everything? You think I've worked my ass off just to give it all away for crumbs? You clearly don't know me well enough.
Your stubbornness will cost you everything you have. Where are you going, Ben? We can't waste any more time.
For the first time, his usual confident demeanor was shaken. As he walked down the old streets of his childhood, memories came flooding back.
Hey, kid, what are you up to? We could use a big guy like you. Why don't you join us?
No, I'm just not cut out for this. I want something different.
Oh, you think you're better than us? That's just a warning. I hope I won't see you around again, fatso.
At that moment, he knew exactly what he needed to do next.
We don't follow everyone else off the cliff. We hold tight to every property and make them work as good as possible so they don't drain us. At the same time, we're gonna buy everything we can. Properties are dirt cheap right now, and when the market rebounds, and it will, we're gonna own everything worth owning.
And with what money will we do all this? We can't count on the banks right now to give us liquidity.
We will accept any rate available, don't matter how high. And we will use my money, the savings. Take debt, whatever it takes, I don't care. We've survived tough times before, Paul. We're gonna do it again. And this time, we're coming out on top.
This is a hell of a gamble.
I always liked playing near traffic.
While others sold off and stepped back, Ben held firm and bought up unwanted properties. And when the market turned, those high risks paid off. His empire didn't just survive, it expanded. Ben's gamble paid off, turning Equity Management Partners Inc. into one of the nation's largest real estate firms. His portfolio grew steadily, including apartment buildings and luxury hotels, despite health issues and the 2020 pandemic. At the same time, Ben became an internet figure, sharing his knowledge with other entrepreneurs. With a net worth of $250 million, Ben Mallah is more than a real estate mogul. He's an inspiration, a man who overcame a tough childhood, took risks, and built an empire. His legacy is a life lived on his own terms, and a present and future shaped with his own hands.
So, what the hell are you waiting for?